Very good afternoon. Today we will discuss a topic which relates to lawyer's life. To pass LLB and become a lawyer, I won't say it's easy, but then to become a lawyer and practicing, there's also full-fledged in litigation, is sometimes difficult. If you are second generation, then also it becomes difficult because sometimes you have to prove your own mettle in the court. Now here, I would take some basic question which will give you a brief idea that how to become a successful lawyer, how to be at least try to have a full-fledged practice. Now the basic questions many lawyers has this: from which court you should start practice. If you don't have father or any relative in the arena of the legal profession, it's really difficult sometimes कि हम लोग practice कहाँ से शुरू करें. The answer according to me lies that you should start from the basic court, that is trial court. If there is a murder or there is a rape case or there is a small accident case or there is a scuffle between two families, two brothers or any family member, husband-wife matter also, it will go first to the local police station and local police station will take up that matter with the local court. Now local court will be magistrate court or the session court, depends on the case. If it's a murder trial, then it may eventually will be tried at the session court, rape, murder, and rape, murder, these serious offenses. But small offenses will be tried by the magistrate court. Now here I would like to tell all of you that whatever the offense, whether it's a murder or accident case, first the accused is taken to the local magistrate court. Now, however big your client is, if you do not know the magistrate court practice, then it's really difficult because how you will handle the matter. So it's very important that all of you start from the local courts. I myself have put in 5 years of the practice. So if you put 5 years, you become a full-fledged lawyer of the litigation. And those who have practiced in the trial courts, there are 2 trial courts. One is magistrate court, another is session court. The district court also we call. If these 2 courts in the criminal litigation, if you have practiced, then you know everything. You can appear before any high court of the country. I have done that. I have appeared in the Nagpur. I have also appeared in the Allahabad bench of the Uttar Pradesh. So it is very easy. So if you know this, you can appear anywhere in the entire country, in fact out of the country also. Secondly, the lawyers of the trial court are superstars according to me. The reason behind that, they know everything. They know from where the Panchanama, what to read, what are the prayers, what is recorded in evidence, how evidence is recorded, how to read evidence, how to argue the matter, which point are and issues are important for the decision of the court, and what has to be pointed out to the court. So even if it's a bail application, if you are arguing before the magistrate court or the session court or the high court or under Article 136 before the Supreme Court, where the bail application taken under Article 136, then also it becomes easy because the point of arguments will always remain same. See, judges are trained equally. Their mind runs into same way. They know what to expect from us. So always remember that the answer lies that you should start your practice from the local taluka court, trial court, magistrate court, whichever court is near to you. And secondly, the another advantage of practicing before this court, I would tell you, because just a minute, I will mute everybody. Now, another benefit of practice. Somebody's mic is not mute. Just a minute, I'll unmute. 1 minute देखो ना किसका माइक म्यूट पे, उनको मैसेज डाल दीजिए प्लीज.
Monica Singh, just message.
Monica Singh, can you put on yourself on mute please? Monica Singh, you're okay, thank you. Now here Now what happens when you start from the trial court practice, you know the intricacies of the legal profession. You know the basic question the judge may pose. Secondly, another advantage according to me, that when you go to trial court, that is the nearest court to your residence where you are staying. Many people, juniors ask me, shall I go to Delhi? Shall I go to Mumbai? There is more money or more work. See, don't get offended by more money or more work. Everything will fall in place if you are actually. I have gone to the Thane court and I've got a work from the High Court. It's not that I have gone to some local court at the Tiroda in the. It is near the Balaghat in Maharashtra, near Gondia. This small village. From there, I got a Supreme Court work. You never know from where which work will come. Only thing you have to expose yourself. So it's better to go to the local courts and wherever your work takes you, and try to spend some time in court. The court times are actually between 10 to 6. That is like office timing. So if you are actually available there, people may notice you and they may give you work. But if you are unavailable, then it is not possible. Secondly, the most important part is your phone. I have seen people not even picking up the calls. You never know which client. In our profession, we won't have fixed clients. We will always have new clients. So we may not know the numbers. So try to pick up every call. I have seen Mr. Satish Mane Shinde. He is such a big lawyer. And once I have seen, he got a missed call and he called it back. See, such a big lawyer, and I'm talking about in the year of maybe in the 1990 or 2000 year. That is about 21 years back. I have seen him calling miss call back. That seems that he was so attentive towards his profession that somebody wants to engage him. He called back. That should be our way of dealing with the client. It's not that the client का call आया आपको पता ही नहीं है phone कहाँ है ऐसा नहीं. I'm not saying that full fledged आपको 24 hours वकालत करनी, but at least in daytime. If your phone is switched off, it is on silent, and you say I don't check up, then that is not the way to do the practice. Actually, 24/7 you have to be active lawyer if you want to practice and if you want to have success in the beginning. Now next is which kind of lawyer you want to become. Some say I want to become a matrimonial lawyer. Some say I want to become consumer court lawyer. I want to go for criminal lawyer. See, it is not possible. You can choose a senior who is practicing on the civil or criminal side. But how would you choose that what kind of lawyer you become? Because what happens as the you progress in the your profession, there is a possible first case जो आपके पास आएगा वो matrimonial dispute आएगा. And you will say, I will not take up the matrimonial dispute. Never say no. Take up the matrimonial dispute. He may give you a criminal matter. He may give you a consumer court matter. That is possible. So always remember that anything is possible in this profession. So take up for first 5 years, whatever matter comes to you. Even if it is a tribunal matter, go and take. I have done the matters before Mantralaya also. Now revenue matters also people find it is a little difficult because it is out of context totally, but then you have to study. These are books you have to study. If you study books, then everything is possible. So always remember whatever comes your way, even if it's affidavit, do it and do it with the same I would say attention and conviction that you will be doing a bail application. So never ever feel that ki, why should I do affidavits, because people say ki affidavit kiya to affidavit ka hi kaam karna. No, it's not true. The person who brings affidavit may give you a bail matter tomorrow of the High Court, Bombay High Court also. He may bring you a matter of the Supreme Court also. So never ever estimate that the client is very small. He will. I have a taxi driver for the last 8-9 years in the Delhi. He gave me one Supreme Court matter, which I was very surprised. मैंने कहाँ से मिला आपको? तो मतलब मेरा टैक्सी में एक आदमी बैठा था, वो पूछ रहा था सुप्रीम कोर्ट का कोई लॉयर पहचान का है. In 9 years he got me one matter from Chennai. Somebody came from Chennai and they will Supreme Court जाना है, and बातों बातों में इसको पता चला कि मैडम उनके पहचान की है. He came to me. So you never know what matter you will get, but then you can't expect कि मेरे पास matter चल के आएगा. So what kind of lawyer you will become, you can only decide after first 5 years. Thereafter you can choose. In the beginning, choose whatever the matters will choose you. Consumer court matter comes, please go. It's a very small act. Read. If a matrimonial dispute comes up, please take up. It's a bail matter, please take up. A civil matter, please take up. And people will help you. Lawyers are very helpful. Barring few exceptions, if you go and tell them that please help me out, they are going to help you out. Yesterday, Poonam asked me, what about 138 check bouncing matter after the meeting got over? I have spoken to her and whatever information I could give, I gave it. It's not that nobody is accessible, everybody is accessible. Now next is how to get work. This is also very difficult sometime a question कि मुझे काम कहाँ से मिलेगा. अब काम कहाँ से मिलेगा? I would tell you, wherever you are residing, the basic idea to start from trial court, wherever you are residing. I am residing in Andheri. I go to Delhi also. So Delhi also, the people knows me कि she comes from Mumbai. So sometime I am also given the Bombay work by the Delhi people. तो मेरा फ्लाइट का टिकट कई बार उसी में निकल गया है. It's not that I have gone and asked, but if you are in the library, people are going to ask you are from which place. Secondly, if I am in the Andheri court, people are going to ask you, I did not see for so long, where were you? And then you may be having friends. Secondly, you may be residing in society, complex. Even in Chaul, there are 20 minimum neighbors you may be knowing. At least inform them that you become a lawyer. See, Bar Council say you cannot go and give advertisement that you are a lawyer. That is very difficult. But at least inform people, your relatives should know that you have become a lawyer, you're doing law. Then also your neighbors, your friend circle, you may be having 100 friends in the school, and out of that at least 20 may be in touch with you. At least talk to them what they are pursuing. Maybe they are engineering, they are interior decorator, somebody may have become a doctor. You can also help them. That is a kind of networking. Some people find it really difficult, but this shyness, because I find sometimes that people say that I won't even open my video. But if you're that shy, I'm really sorry. I'm also introvert. But that doesn't shy away me from to speak before these 66 people who are here. People may or may not agree with you. But then what stops you from working hard? And this shyness has to go. Shyness, see, extrovert does not mean go and have fun, shout loudly in the court premises. No. Introvert also does not mean that you just keep yourself, don't talk to anybody. No. For knowledge, we are not chit-chatting in the court or bar room. Just go and have some knowledge from the seniors. Even if you sit next to me, I'm going to say, in last 10 years, I have practiced like this, how I went to Delhi, how I started my practice. I'm going to come out with my 21 years practice, my journey from the Andheri court to the Supreme Court. So you should know how it works. So you should do it. That don't be introvert, extrovert. Take a middle part, and you can always start, and you can always continue talking to the people. At least inform your neighbors, relatives that you have become a lawyer. Sometimes my own neighbors may not know that I have become a lawyer, and they see me in the court and say, oh, I don't know you come to the court. If 20 neighbors, means at least 5 people in their home, so 5 to 20, 100 people know you have become a lawyer. So it's very important. Now, we'll go for a reading by Mehak today. Mehak, please unmute.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear.
Good
Just
afternoon.
I'll share. Mehak is going to read a very important part. Kindly, I'm going to discuss something after this. Manipur High Court, civil or criminal. Lower court must first discover the basic nature of the dispute. Mehak, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Start from Manipur High Court.
Manipur High Court, in a petition filed under Section 482 of Code of Criminal Procedure for quashing criminal complaint filed before the judicial magistrate, first class Churanchandpur MV Muralidharan J, observes that it was incumbent upon the court below to have the first discovered the basic nature of the dispute, which altogether involves the question of actual payment. The petitioner 1 and 2 are the chief and secretary of Lambton Village Authority. The respondent was the ex-secretary of Lambton Village Authority and had voluntarily resigned from the post on 21st October 2013. The respondent challenged the proceedings of the special general body meeting held on 8/6/2030, thereby appointing the present petitioner accused 1 as chief before the customary court as well as before the deputy commissioner. Churanchandpur. His objection was, however, rejected as the petitioner accused 1 was properly appointed. A civil suit was also filed by the respondent to restrain petitioner accused 1 from acting as a chief and declare him the chief of the village, but he did not succeed in that as well. The present respondent then filed a criminal complaint before the judicial magistrate. First class, Churanchandpur regarding cutting down of trees belonging to the common forest and selling them without the consent of the villagers. The present petition was filed on the ground that the respondent had given the incorrect facts about the civil suit and had also filed a malicious complaint in order to harass the petitioner accused 1 and failed to appear before the concerned magistrate. There was a Ma'am, it went up.
Just a minute. Can you locate?
Yes. The court observed appear before the concerned magistrate. There was a non-disclosure of material facts relating to payment of full transaction in a money claim. The main issue was as to whether the petition filed by the complainant before the judicial magistrate, first class, Churanchandpur, is confined to civil dispute and the course of action so adopted is abuse of process of the court. The court observed that after perusal of the statement of the complaint respondent, admitnesses, and careful scrutiny of records, it is established that disputes related to the civil nature have, moreover, the respondent has concealed the material and relevant facts relating to the actual transaction that took place. The court relied on the judgment in the case GSE Option Trust versus India Inflow 9 Limited 2013 to SEC 414, wherein the Supreme Court that elaborately discussed the controversy in hand that held that there is no dispute with regard to the legal proposition that the case of breach of trust or cheating are both a civil wrong and a criminal offense. But under certain situations where the act alleged would predominantly be a civil wrong, such an act does not constitute a criminal offense. The court was of the opinion that the lower court failed to determine the nature of dispute first, which was predominantly of civil nature and was deliberately categorized as a criminal offense in order to wreak vengeance. The court also relied on the judgment in the case of Inder Mohan Goswami versus State of Uttaranchal, wherein it was held that the high courts have been invested with inherent powers, both in civil and criminal matters, to achieve a salutary public purpose. A court proceeding ought not to be permitted to degenerate into a weapon of harassment or persecution. Applying the said principle to the case at hand, the court observed that the inherent power under section 482 of CRPC is not to be exercised by the court generally to stifle the legitimate prosecution, but here the prosecution has been launched in concealment of material facts in the name of wreaking vengeance on the applicants. Pursuing the statement of the complainant and witnesses recorded under section 200 and 202 CRPC, respectively, in support of the complaint of the court came to the conclusion that no whisper regarding manner of committing forgery has been made, which may give credence to the money claim. Perusal of the record further shows that as per annexures appended to the present application, the matter has been finally settled amicably. It is surprising that after the petitioners had made its specific allegations regarding the respondent, the court noticed that the complainant very cleverly chose to brand a civil dispute as a criminal offense. It is obvious that the entire proceeding initiated at the instance of the complainant is an abuse of the process of the court and the ends of justice requires that such proceedings which have been initiated with an ulterior motive should not be allowed to go unchecked, as that would adversely affect the end of justice. When the dispute in question is discovered to be predominantly of civil nature, then an attempt to make it criminal offense should be thwarted and discouraged. The payment made in full satisfaction of the transaction is to be ascertained on the face of evidence and documents, which may be scrutinized by the civil court of the competent jurisdiction.
Wait. We have less time, possible. See, now here I'll try to explain what is it. Manipur High Court, see, there is a possibility that few people may not know Manipur also there is a High Court. Civil or criminal, lower courts must first discover the basic nature of dispute. Here, it was a petition under 482 of CRPC. 482 CRPC is only applied in the High Court, no other court. Always remember this. 482 of CRPC. Now here, this was a dispute where it was, one was saying it is a civil dispute, another was saying it is a criminal dispute, and the court was that the civil dispute cannot be branded as a criminal dispute. Now 482 is used for quashing the complaint before the lower courts. It may be session court, it may be magistrate court, or it may be a private complaint before the magistrate court, it may be a special court. So 482 CRPC is always used for quashing the matter. Quashing, the meaning of the quashing is the matter will be thrown out, so the matter will be wiped out completely. There will not be matter, and court will give you justice. So there are sometimes possibilities where false complaints are lodged. So you can take the 482. You may have a client who said this complaint totally false. I have an evidence, but the entire trial will take maybe 10 years, 5 years, 15 years. So in those cases, you can apply 482 CRPC. Now, before we go to the 482 CRPC, I would like to all of you to read Bhajan Lal's case. I'm sharing the link in the chat box here. Just a minute. This is the state of Haryana versus Bhajan Lal and others. It was a matter between the two ministers. Now, to everybody tell you here, write down the citation of 1992 All India Reporter 604. It is a very famous case, and no case of 482 can be completed without reading this. If you are filing a petition under an application under 482 CRP before the High Court, and if you do not know Bhajan Lal case, then court will not appreciate you. And if you know Bhajan Lal's case, court will appreciate you. I will tell you there are some guidelines here. There are 7 guidelines. See this, para 8. This I will read 2 guidelines for you. In the exercise of the extraordinary power under Article 226 or the inherent power under Section 482 of Code of Criminal Procedure, the following categories of cases are given by way of illustrations wherein such power could be exercised either to prevent abuse of process of any court. Normally यही prayer होती है कि abuse of process 482 में quashing करना है of any court or otherwise to secure the ends of justice, though it may not be possible to lay down any precise, clearly defined and sufficiently channelized and inflexible guide myriad kinds of cases wherein such power should be exercised. Where the मैं A वाला पढ़ रही हूँ, where the allegations made in the first information report or the complaint, even if they are taken at their face value and accepted in their entirety, do not prima facie constitute any offense or make out a case against the accused. Now, these are 7 guidelines. I would request all of you to read this judgment, and this is really very good judgment. And if you read Bhajan Lal, then you can draft any petition under 482. Achha, secondly, I would like to tell you 482 is not only used for quashing. It can be used for any matter, anything you want. It may be a street, it may be a court, it may be anything, summons issued, warrant issued against you, and you feel there is no remedy in the law, then 482 CRPC can be used. I have used it when there was a possibility where a bail amount was granted very heavy, and I have this lady client who was unable to pay. I approached, the matter was in the Kila court at Mumbai, Esplanade court also it is called. I took up the matter before the Bombay High Court by giving 2 judgments, and I got order in my favor. So 482 CRPC is not only for quashing me, it is also used for the purpose of taking out some other orders also. So it has got basically inherent powers of the High Court. High Court को बहुत powers है उसमें, जैसे Article 226 में, पर 482 is used mostly for quashing. So this is also one thing you should take away from today's lecture. And something I'm going to read is a really favorite of mine, 10,000 hours rule studies. Somebody's, can I request all of you to put on mute? The 10,000 hour rule never goes out of fashion. Advocate Pallav Mongia. Pallav Mongia, 2009, graduate of the Hidayatullah National Law University, is an advocate on record at the Supreme Court of India. In 2012, Pallav was one of the 2 lawyers who were awarded litigation fellowship by the Supreme Court Lawyers Welfare Trust. There are question and answer. I will only read the answers here, and you will have an idea what he was asking. In this interview conducted by our campus ambassador, Gaurav Kumar, Pallav discusses the AOR examination, being a first generation lawyer in the Supreme Court, and a lot more. Preparing for the AOR exam is an experience in itself. The syllabus is designed in such a manner that one ends up learning a lot. The cases that you read help you revisit the very basics of the constitutional law and of the practice before constitutional courts. At the end of the preparation, you inevitably end up a better lawyer. Now, see, he is also saying I'm also first generation lawyer, but see, what are his words? The syllabus is designed in such a manner that one needs up learning a lot. All of you may not give an advocate on record examination, but on website of the Supreme Court, you will find what is the syllabus. And syllabus is not some out of context. There are some judgments you have to read. So if you read this judgment, they prepare you as being a good lawyer. In terms of advice, I would suggest that you start reading the Supreme Court judgments of the last 2 years. 1 or 2 questions will definitely be related to the latest developments. Some senior advocates conduct sessions on the exam a couple of months prior to the date. Make sure to attend it. A lot of examinees, despite knowing the answers, don't end up clearing the exam as they fail to complete their answers. Given the lengthy nature of the exam itself, start practicing writing fast while ensuring that the writing is legible. It will prove to be crucial. I myself have passed the exam advocate on record in 2014. I have appeared and the result came in 2015. So about 6-7 years back. Imagine a scenario where all athletes are ready to starting line, but prior to the starting of the race, all athletes whose parents are also athletes are asked to step forward 500 meters and when the whistle blows. Litigation as a first generation lawyer is a pretty much like that. Second generation lawyers or children of bureaucrats, politicians and well-connected families will always start a couple of steps ahead of you. Never let that dishearten you though. For your part, run hard and give it your all. This has worked for me. I believe that while it might be harder, it is not impossible to make it big. As first generation lawyer, it is equal parts daunting and exciting. The scholarship was a game changer for me. The nature of the chamber practice is such, especially in the initial years, that you always feel a little lost and keep questioning yourself whether you are on the correct path. Winning this scholarship was the biggest pat on the back for me. It was an affirmation that I was progressing in the right direction, and suddenly all the extra work that I was taking on felt worth it. Needless to state, that a stipend was a great help in those initial days. I can't comment on what remedy the government of India might pursue in Singapore. In the context, this was a question asked about arbitration. In the Indian context, I don't think the government will initiate proceeding against the award, because the moment they file objections against the enforcement, they concede matlab admit karna, accept karna to the application of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. The first hurdle means katinai, for Vodafone is to establish that the enforcement of the award is under the aegis of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, as there are judgments wherein it has been held that the awards passed in the investment treaty arbitrations are not commercial in nature, making the Arbitration and Conciliation Act inapplicable. Therefore, strategically, it may work out better for the government to wait for Vodafone to take the first step. Furthermore, assuming that Vodafone does succeed in establishing the applicability of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996, the government will have a good defense under the head Public Policy of India, as the tax was imposed retrospectively in the exercise of its sovereign power. Alternatively, the government decides to honor the award. That would be a policy decision of the government. Now, this is very important. When you work in a top firm like Karanjwala, you get exposure to big matters from day one. The client comes to you with a problem, you discuss and strategize it, and then file it before the relevant forum. I was in Miss Ruby Ahuja's team, and just observing the way she led the matter was a master class in practicing law. From the time you meet the client to the first hearing in the matter, numerous hurdles arise in the form of difficult legal propositions dealing with registries. Registry का मतलब एक court office होता है, timely listing and so on. A good law firm, however, inculcates in you, develop a habit, inculcate मतलब habit develop करना, in you the attitude of never giving up, always finding a way around. There are cases, juniors भी मेरे बोलते हैं कि नहीं हम लोग को नहीं होगा. You have to do it. Find a way. This was my first lesson and forms the foundation of my legal practice. On the other hand, the time with a senior advocate teaches you how to reflect on all aspects of the brief, and was advised by Mr. C.K. Daptari. Always remember, it is better to spend more time thinking about a case than merely reading the brief. In chamber practice, one gets, just a minute. I have less time, so I'm just rushing. One gets a lot of time to deliberate. यहाँ deliberate का मतलब सोचना है. To and discuss the brief, and working with the senior counsel affords you the opportunity to enhance your thinking prowess. I still remember a drive to court with Jain sir and late night conferences with HMJ Rao sir, discussing arguments with them, and day in day out was like playing chess against a grandmaster. You lose on most occasions, but are bound to leave the table a better player. What advice do you have for those who are planning to take up litigation? They say that you are always being watched. आपको हमेशा देखा जाता है. So my advice is always put up your best foot forward. You never know who is watching you. Most of my clients are those who have seen my work and then came to me for representation. At the end of the day, you must believe that your work speaks for itself. Mr. Nariman starts his book Before Memory Fades by saying that out of blue, you meet people who lend you helping hand. As I said, कि मैं थाने कोर्ट गई और मुझे वहां से केस मिल गया. When you need it the most. I have been lucky to meet some of those people. Most of it is hard work, but some of it is just serendipitous. Have a circle of serendipitous मतलब कुछ आकस्मिक लाभ होना, अचानक फायदा होना. Have a circle of 3-4 colleagues who share your passion of law. Discuss your matters with them, help them out and seek their help. Reflect with them on bad days. It acts as a great support system. Lastly, always remember to find joy in a draft well done or a brief well argued, because at the end of the day, you are here because you love law and not for anything else. This is a very important line. Now, this last para, I want all of you to imbibe this. My parting 2 cents would be that a 10,000 hour rule never goes out of fashion. Even if you are an introvert like me, work is bound to come if you are good counsel. Focus on honing your skills and being the best version of you. Everything else will fall in place. 10,000 hour rule वो होता है कि आपको किसी सब्जेक्ट में पारंगत बनना है. You want to become master of any subject. You have to study that subject for 10,000 hour rules. 52 weeks in a year. तो आप लगा दीजिए हिसाब कि कितना 10,000 hours rule. If you study for 2 hours every day, it will take 8 hours, 8 years to complete. I have developed this of 10,000 hours rule, some timetable I have managed. I will share in the group today if anybody wants that. But try to follow this 10,000 hour rules. Sachin Tendulkar, Dhoni, all have followed this. If you want to become master of the law, you have to follow this. And you are going to reach somewhere, trust me. Now we'll go towards vote of thanks. That is by Naina. Naina, kindly unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Anita Bafna ma'am and Vandana ma'am and all participate. I am Naina Zamdade. I am here to present vote of thanks for today's session. Today's session was full of knowledge and interesting things. This give a deep insight into the topic of all relevant, some knowledgeable fact. This topic, the points where Anita ma'am told us about the legal accept and vocabulary was really informative. I am pretty sure the precise knowledge that Anita ma'am give us will definitely help us in our present and future also. Once again, I would like to thank Anita ma'am as well as Vandana ma'am to taking out time from their busy schedule and give all of us to knowledgeable thing. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Vandana ma'am, and thank you, Anita ma'am.
Thank you so much. Now you can unmute yourself, all of you. Anybody wants to speak?